Hello students, I am Professor Awais Ahmed Hussaini, working as Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Jalgaon. In last video, we discussed some numericals related with the reciprocating air compressor. Now, in this video, we will discuss some numericals related with that centrifugal compressor. Okay, so let us start with some important term, that is work done by centrifugal compressor. So as we know that the formula of work done for isothermal compression for centrifugal air compressor is that W is equal to 2.3 P1 V1 log V1 by V2. Okay, that formula is same as that of the reciprocating air compressor, in that V1 by V2 is equal to that P2 by P1. So this is a general term, or this is one kind of the basic formula related with the relation of the volume, pressure and temperature. Okay, so the formula for work done for centrifugal air compressor is same as that of reciprocating air compressor. Further, that PV term is replaced by PV is equal to MRT1. Okay, so here is the explanation that V1 by V2 is equal to P2 by P1. You can replace it by P2 by P1. So work done for isothermal compression is W is equal to 2.3 P1 V1 log V2 by V1. Okay, so the another meaning is 2.3, that here that P1 V1 is replaced by MRT1. So this is log R. Log R means that compression ratio. Compression ratio is nothing but that you can say it as P2 by P1 also and V1 by V2 also. Okay, so this is all about work done during isothermal compression. So this is first. Now the second term is that work done for polytropic compression. The formula is again same as that of the single stage reciprocating air compressor. So the polytropic index is N, so that N upon N minus 1 P1 V1 P2 by P1 raised to N minus 1 upon N minus 1. Further, in next step, that P1 V1 is replaced by MRT1. Okay, the formula is same as it is. So N upon N minus 1 MRT1 in bracket P2 by P1 raised to N minus 1 upon N minus 1. So this is all about polytropic compression. Now the third is that isentropic compression, where only that N get replaced by gamma. Gamma is nothing but isentropic index. Okay, gamma is nothing but what? Isentropic index. And what is that N? N stand for polytropic index. So only here I just replace that N by gamma for isentropic compression. So gamma upon gamma minus 1 into P1 V1 in bracket P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma minus 1. The meaning is same, that is MCP delta T. So that MCP T2 minus T1. These are the three important formulae of work done during isothermal compression, for polytropic compression as well as for isentropic compression. Okay, for centrifugal air compressor. So this is most important thing. While it is very essential formula are required while solving the numerical. Okay, so let's start with the first numerical. A centrifugal compressor delivers 50 kg of air per minute, okay, at a pressure of 2 bar and temperature around 97 degree Celsius. Okay, I repeat once again. A centrifugal compressor delivers 50 kg of air per minute at a pressure of 2 bar and 97 degree Celsius. The intake pressure and temperature of the air is 1 bar and 15 degree centigrade. If no heat lost to the surrounding, find first is index of compression, second one is that power required if the compression is isothermal. So here they mention that in second case they mention to calculate the power when the compression is isothermal. Also the value of the R is given, that is R is equal to 287 joule per kg Kelvin. Okay, so now in solution the given terms are M is already given, M is mass, M is equal to 50 kg per minute, it is in minute. P2 is given after compression, pressure is given, that is P2, this is around 2 bar. T2 is also given, it is around 97 degrees Celsius. I just converted into Kelvin by adding 273. Now P1 is given, that is initial pressure in terms of 1 bar. Initial temperature is also given, it is around 15 degrees Celsius. I just converted into Kelvin by adding 273. And characteristics gas constant is given, that is R is equal to 287 joule per kg Kelvin. Okay, so this is the most important thing. So in first case they have to ask that to find the value of index of compression. So the index of compression means what? N. So N we have to calculate first, then in second case we have to calculate power for isothermal compression process. So let us start with the index of compression. In index of compression we have to calculate the value of N. Keep in mind that. Okay, we have to calculate the index of compression. So this is generally term of related with the polytropic process, and we know that basic relation formula of thermodynamics of temperature, pressure and volume. So according to that T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 upon n. So this is for polytropic process. If this problem is related with the isentropic, if they asked that isentropic index, then the formula becomes changed. T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. When we prefer gamma? Yes, if that particular process is related with the isentropic. If it is related with the polytropic, then we have to use that N, that gamma is replaced by N. So here they ask to calculate index of compression, so we have to calculate the value of N. Okay, so temperature and pressure are directly proportional to each other, so that's why T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 upon n. Now I just put all values in that standard formula. So that value of T2 is given in the numerical, this is around 370. Okay, here is that particular value. Similar way that 288, so this is T1, here is that particular value, so I just put P2 and P1 are given in the problem. So P2 by P1 is nothing but value of R. R is stand for compression ratio. Okay, that n minus 1 upon n as it is. So that 2 upon 1 means 2 simply raised to n minus 1 upon n. So here according to that laws of indices, so this is answer of this particular term, that 2 as it is and n minus 1 upon n as it is. Now according to that laws of indices, by using that particular formula I just take the log on the both side. Here I just prefer log, L-O-G, log on both sides. So this particular term is related with the log on both sides. So this is one rule of laws of indices. So taking log on both sides, we get this particular term. So I just keep that n minus 1 upon n outside and log 2 as it is. So log 1.285, you will get answer with the help of calculator. This is around 0.1088. The n minus 1 upon n as it is. Log 2, the value of log 2 is around 0.301. Now I just cross multiply this particular term, then we get this particular relation, and after solving this we get the value of n, and it is around 1.57. So this is the value of n. In this way we calculate the index of the compression. This is around 1.57. Now in second case they asked to calculate power required. So in order to calculate power, first we have to calculate work done, and they mention in the numerical that this compression is isothermal. So in order to calculate power required for the isothermal compression, we must have to calculate work done first. So what is the formula of work done? The formula of work done is W is equal to 2.3 mRT1 log R. Log R means what? Simply it's P2 by P1. P2 by P1 means compression ratio. Here it is mentioned. Now I put all values here. So 2.3 as it is. Value of M in terms of the minute is given in the numerical. R is given in the numerical in terms of the joule per kg Kelvin. The value of T1 is given in the numerical. Then log R is stand for that P2 by P1 means 2 upon 1, that is 2. So after putting all values in that standard formula, we get the answer, and I just divide it by 1000 in order to get the answer in kilojoule per minute. Whatever answer come initially, it is in joule per minute. So after that I just divide it by 1000 in order to convert that joule to kilojoule. So final answer is 2861.14 kilojoule per minute. So this is all about work done. Now how to calculate that power? It is very easy. The formula for power is that particular work done upon 60. So work done upon 60, that work done is given here, 60 is in the formula. So directly I get the answer of power, it is in kilowatt. Okay, so in this way we can solve the simple numerical related with the centrifugal compressor. So let us start with another numerical related with the centrifugal compressor. So a centrifugal air compressor having a pressure compression ratio of 5 means here compression ratio means what? The ratio of P2 by P1. A centrifugal air compressor having a pressure compression ratio of 5. So it compresses air at a rate of 10 kg per second. So here mass is given. If the initial pressure and temperature of the air is 1 bar and 20 degrees Celsius. So here the initial pressure means the value of the P1 is given. Similar way the value of T1 is also mentioned here. Find the final temperature of the gas means we have to calculate T2, and second case we have to calculate power required to drive the compressor. Take gamma is equal to 1.4 and Cp is equal to 1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So students, don't get confused, because in second case they asked to calculate power required to drive the compressor, but they are not given any kind of the compression, whether that compression is isothermal, whether that isentropic, whether that polytropic. They never mention in the form in that particular numerical, but in given terms they mention the value of gamma is equal to 1.4. So definitely this problem is related with the isentropic process and the compression is isentropic. Okay, so you must have to apply the formula related with the isentropic compression. Okay, now the value of the Cp, specific heat at constant pressure, is given. It is standard value, it is around 1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So in given things they mention the compression ratio, it is around P2 by P1 is equal to 5. The mass is given, M is equal to 10 kg per second. Initial pressure, that is P1 is given. That initial temperature, that is T1 is given, it is around 20 degrees Celsius. I just converted into Kelvin by adding 273. So that 293 Kelvin is answer. Then isentropic index, that is gamma is equal to 1.4, it is standard, and the specific heat at constant pressure, that is it is around 1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin is given in the numerical. They asked to calculate first final temperature of the gas, and second they want power required to drive the compressor. But definitely this particular process is related with the isentropic process, so we are applying the formula related with it. So in order to calculate the final temperature, we are applying the relation between pressure and temperature for isentropic process. It is very simple. So T and temperature and pressure are directly proportional to the directly proportional with each other. So T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So what is that particular P2 by P1? P2 by P1 is simply phi, that is compression ratio, it is given in the numerical. Similar way the value of the gamma is given, that is I just put all values here, 1.4 minus 1 upon 1.4. So phi raised to 1.4 minus 1 upon 1.4. So answer of this particular term is here. Okay, so it is around 1.584. Only unknown parameter is T2. Okay, so after that I just do that cross multiplication and I get the relation T2 is equal to T1 into 1.584. So by multiplying that T1 to 1.584, I get the value of that particular T2. So T2 is around 464 Kelvin. So here you will get idea about the initial temperature is around 293 Kelvin. So definitely after compression the temperature becomes higher. So almost it double after compression process, and here you get the idea about the compression is done and temperature is also increases along with their pressure. So 464 Kelvin is the temperature and in Kelvin, and 191 it is in degree centigrade. So the second term is related with the power. Again the formula is same for that particular isentropic compression. Here we discussed the numerical. In this particular formula we already discussed the formula of work done related with isothermal, polytropic and isentropic compression. Okay, so here they mention the formula of work done for polytropic compression. The formula for polytropic compression is mcp T2 minus T1. So we can use this formula also, gamma upon gamma minus 1 P1 V1 P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma minus 1. Again we can replace that P1 V1 is equal to mr T1 because V is not mentioned in the numerical. The answer of both formula is same. Okay, so I use that simple formula, W is equal to mcp T2 minus T1. The logic behind it by using such kind of the formula is the value of the Cp is given in the numerical, so that's why I am using this formula. If the value of the Cp is not given, then we can prefer that particular formula, that is gamma upon gamma minus 1 P1 V1 in bracket P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma minus 1. Okay, so here the Cp is given, so I prefer that W is equal to mcp delta T. So W is equal to mcp T2 minus T1. So m is given in the numerical, that is mass, it is in kilojoule per second. Cp is given in the numerical 1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. I just put the value of the T2, we already calculated these values here, and T1 I just put the value and directly I get the answer of work done in terms of the kilojoule. 710 kilojoule per second is the work done required for isentropic compression process. Okay, so students, this is all about numericals related with the centrifugal compressor. So there are very simple formula are there. It includes the work done for isothermal as well as polytropic as well as isentropic. Also we must have to know the basic relationship between pressure, temperature and volume for isothermal, polytropic and isentropic process. Then it is very helpful to solve the numericals related with the centrifugal compressor. Thank you.